What is up, book nerds? I got something a little special for y'all. Something a little different. I don't see anybody else doing this. We have Total Drama Big Brother. As many of you know, Total Drama is a Canadian cartoon with a bunch of teenagers in a survivor style competition. The show is based off of the CBS television show Survivor. But there's another CBS show called Big Brother, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how the cast of Total Drama Island would fare on Big Brother. Now, I'm just give you a quick explanation on how everything works. If you click on this video, I'm assuming you know who the Total Drama cast is. You can all see them on the background. You can see. So, Big Brother. This is a competition in which every week we'll have a competition for head of household. The head of household will have the responsibility of putting two people up as nominees. Those two people are up for eviction. Then we'll have a second competition called the veto, in which our head of household, two nominees, and three random house guests will be picked to play in the competition. The winner of the veto can remove one of the nominees from the block, in which the HOH will have to put up a replacement nominee. Pretty self explanatory. We got the cast here, we got Courtney, DJ, Jeff, Harold, Izzy, Cody, Lindsay, Katie, Sadie, Trent, Justin, Bridget, Duncan, Gwen, Heather, Owen, Ezekiel, Lashana, Beth, Noah, Tyler, and Eva, in that order from top to bottom, left to right. Here we have our first head of household competition, in which our winner is Duncan. You can see the HOH key around his neck. It may look a little awkward, but that's how they wear it in the show, but I couldn't do it at scale because then you couldn't see it. So, the competition is Wheel of First Impressions. It is the house guests are given cards with various descriptions on them, as well as a wheel with the names of each house guest. A randomly selected house guest will take two cards from the stack. They will then choose the two fellow house guests that they feel best match the description on the card. They will then spin the wheel. The house guest who's chosen by the wheel must then eliminate one of the two selected house guests from the game. The player who is not eliminated will become the next to draw the two cards. This will continue until there are only two house guests remaining. In the end, the eliminated house guests will then vote to decide which of the two players will become the first head of household, in which our winner is Duncan. And with this new power, Duncan establishes an alliance. Something to also know with Big Brother is people create alliances in order to prevent themselves from getting put on the block / voted out. Duncan establishes a three-person alliance with Owen and Jeff called the Party / Party Boys. He chooses them because he feels that they match their vibe. He sees them as trustworthy and people who could win comps. Okay. And I'm going to give you a refresher on the rest of the alliances beside the Party / Party Boys. We have the power trio of Heather, Gwen, and Courtney. We have the Party Boys, Duncan, Jeff, Owen. We have the underdogs, Lindsay, Beth, Harold. The athletes, Tyler, DJ, and Bridget. And the floaters, Lashana, Justin, and Trent. Basically, the power trio, three strong females of the house, the Party Boys, the kind of chillax dudes who are basically the male power trio, the underdogs, Lindsay, Beth, Harold, not people who aren't great socially. Well, Lindsay's alright socially, Beth and Harold aren't. None of them are big comp threats. And the athletes, the absolute opposite. Three people who could be potential comp threats. And then the floaters, LaShawna, Justin, Trent, basically people who are trying to fly under the radar. And Duncan chooses to nominate Ezekiel and Noah, the two people who are the first two boots in Total Drama Island. He picks them because they are the two people who have struggled to fit in socially in the house. They are two easy nominees where Duncan doesn't need to make that many enemies in week one. Two people he didn't really see himself working with. Ezekiel, a universal person nobody liked. Noah, who's very sarcastic. rubs people the wrong way, similar fashion to Ezekiel. Both of them rub people the wrong way. The only objections I could see is Owen not being the happiest that Noah went up, because I'd argue Noah is Owen's closest ally outside the Party Boys. But now we hop into the veto competition / veto draw. In the veto, we have Duncan, Noah, and Ezekiel at HOH and 2 nominees. And in the random draw, we have Heather, Owen, and Gwen. Basically, before hopping to it, I do want to say what everybody would do with the veto. Duncan would not use the veto. Noah would use it on himself. Heather would use the veto and use it on Noah because she sees him as a number she could use against Duncan. Owen would probably use it on Noah. Ezekiel would use it on himself, and Gwen would not use it at all. Our veto winner is Heather. The competition was Mugshot, which, one at a time, players will enter the backyard to see a large screen with faces of 3 different house guests morphed into one. The players must correctly identify the 3 house guests used in the 6 different faces. The player to do this in the fastest time will win the power of veto, in which it was Heather. Heather then uses the power of veto on Noah. She sees him as a number she can use against Duncan. She wants to target him because she sees him as one of the strongest game players. They haven't really talked much game. So as many numbers she can get to rally against him, she will use. And as a replacement nominee, Duncan puts up Justin. Many of the guys in the house see Justin as a physical comp threat. Plus, he hasn't been making the best case with the women either. But he is a bit of a charmer. So, on eviction night, it is Justin and Ezekiel sitting on the block. Ezekiel is voted out first, like he is on Total Drama Island, by a vote of 18-1, a near unanimous vote against him, except for Harold, because Harold sees Justin as a way bigger threat. He thinks he could have possibly worked with Ezekiel, both kind of that geeky type guy, and he sees Justin as a physical threat. Plus, he would get way more girls than Harold would. So, by a vote of 18-1, Ezekiel is evicted from the Big Brother house. And that sums up week 1 of Total Drama Big Brother. I hope y'all love this series. I would love to do more of them, but I need y'all to watch these videos, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload next. I know everybody says it, but it honestly helps out a lot. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.